At 23, Maya couldn't leave her apartment without sunglasses and a hood, convinced that every pair of eyes was fixed on her, judging her. What most of us experience as momentary self-consciousness was, for her, a debilitating psychological prison. Most people occasionally worry about being watched in public. That flutter of anxiety when giving a presentation or walking into a crowded room, it's a universal human experience. But what if that feeling never subsided? What if it intensified until every glance felt like an attack? This is scopophobia, a clinical fear of being stared at that affects approximately 7% of the population at any given time, with up to 13% experiencing it during their lifetime. First documented by Hippocrates in 400 BC, who described patients who love darkness as light and think every man observes them. Scopophobia was formally named by French psychiatrist Pierre Janet in the early 1900s. Neurologically, it involves hyperactivity in the amygdala, the brain's fear center, which misinterprets neutral gazes as threats. Brain scans show that people with scopophobia process eye contact differently than others, with neural patterns resembling those seen during actual danger. Maya's case began after a humiliating experience in high school when she froze during a presentation and classmates stared as she struggled. This traumatic event rewired her brain's response to being observed. Her symptoms included rapid heartbeat and breathing, intense sweating when feeling watched, avoiding public spaces, elaborate strategies to prevent eye contact, physical symptoms of panic when looked at directly. What makes scopophobia different from ordinary self-consciousness is its persistence and severity. While the spotlight effect leads most people to overestimate how much others notice them, scopophobia transforms this normal cognitive bias into a clinical condition. Through cognitive behavioral therapy, Maya gradually learned to recognize her fear as disproportionate. Her therapist used exposure therapy, controlled environments where she practiced being observed for increasing periods. After 6 months, Maya could distinguish between being casually observed and being scrutinized. She discovered that most people were far too concerned with their own lives to analyze her appearance or behavior. Understanding scopophobia helps us recognize the spectrum between normal social awareness and clinical anxiety. For those with milder symptoms, simple techniques like attention shifting and cognitive reframing can help. Interestingly, this condition has permeated popular culture, from Minecraft's Endermen who become hostile when looked at, to fictional characters who shield themselves from others' gazes. The next time you feel everyone's eyes on you, remember, the spotlight effect is universal, but when it begins to limit your life, effective treatments exist. For Maya and millions like her, recognizing this fear was the first step towards stepping confidently back into the world, seen but no longer afraid.